Studio check.
Frequencies check.
We are live on air.
You are listening to the In Fact Blessing the Airwaves. Take the journey into the world of sports, news, entertainment, while embracing the hottest beats on the planet. Rocking the mind, body, and with energy, electricity, and a splash of controversy. Now, without further ado, it's our pleasure to bring to you
The biggest show in the world.
The biggest show in the world.
the biggest show in the world, the SBTV Nation.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you. This is Rob the Mad Hatter. It is the 29th of July. It's been a little bit since we've been on here, but I'm here with my man, the evil genius of Major League Baseball, Mr. Dr. Dan. What's up, kid?
What's up?
Feeling
man. Trade deadline coming.
Trade deadline is coming up here in the Major League Baseball season, and you know what? A lot of things have been materializing here. I'd like to, first things first. Congratulations on your success so far with the run lines, Dan. You've been tearing it up out there.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, I started following what you were saying, what you were laying down.
Yep.
And I started to do my homework based on run lines and adjusted run lines. And look, I'm still saying, there are games that if for instance, I think the Twins-Dodgers the other day, Twins are at plus 170 right on the money line. I'll still take those. But, man, these adjusted run lines, you're getting plus 210, plus 220 versus plus 140, sometimes plus 120 on the money line.
I know.
Got to do it.
I feel you. And you know what? I mean, at the end of the day, when you've got anywhere from 70 to 75 to 80% of the Major League Baseball games being decided by 2 runs or more, when you're getting another $1.50 on the run line, I mean, it just makes total sense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, especially with the stat that you threw out there a little bit ago, where most games are anyway decided by 2 or more runs,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It definitely helps you out just a touch as far as making some money, because you could even go with a losing record and still win money. It's sick.
Yeah, yesterday, 2 and 3.
Yep.
2 and 3, but the 2 that you win were plus 210 and plus 220.
Yeah, right.
So you're all good.
Yeah, right. So you're up over a unit with that. So congratulations to you, man. So, you know what? I'm looking at it here. I'd like to just pick your brain and kind of figure out where you're at as far as who's made some good trades, who has not made some good trades, who's buying, who's selling. Talk to me, man.
And so real quick before we get into that, I just got to give props, obviously. This happens every year around my birthday is the Hall of Fame inductions. And this year you got Raines, Bagwell, and Pudge going in. So, I mean, these are all dudes that now, if you're like me, in your mid-30s or anywhere, from there, to your 40s, really, these are guys you grew up with that were just unbelievable. So, props to them. They were always amazing to watch play.
Right on, man. And in case you guys don't know, today is the birthday of the evil genius. So happy birthday to you, brother.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, man. All right. So thank you for joining us on your birthday. That's great.
Oh,
Love
yeah,
it.
That's why I gotta take tomorrow off, because I expect things to get a little hairy tonight. I'm turning the Patrick Ewing, the big 3-3.
Yep.
And my brother, for those of you who don't know, my brother, who's 3 years younger than me, has his birthday the day before. So we tend to get after it the weekend after our joint birthdays.
Fantastic.
Oh,
Real deal,
yeah.
man. Cool. So taking a look at it, I've been reading a lot of stuff about the trades here that's been going on as far as Major League Baseball is concerned. So looks like Quintana's working out all right for the Cubs.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. I know you didn't love it. And I got to say, talking about the Cubs, they go to the playoffs?
No. They will miss.
Oh, come on. They won 11 out of 13.
They will miss the playoffs this year.
Who? All right. Who is going to the playoffs from that division?
Pittsburgh Pirates, baby.
Okay. I will give you the field against the Chicago Cubs. That includes wild card.
You
think about the bet you want to make.
All right, you'll give me the
whole NL field.
You'll give me the field
and the wild card. The field.
Wow.
I'm just saying that the Cubs will make the playoffs. I'm not. You can pick any team you want. I don't care if the Cardinals win 30 games in a row and make the playoffs. You win. Cubs are making the playoffs, guaranteed. Lock it up, and they're going to be dangerous.
Oh man. Well, who's their number one starter though?
I mean,
Lester hasn't been great. Arrieta hasn't been great.
Arrieta's turned the corner.
Yeah, a little bit.
Arrieta's been really good lately. Quintana in his first 2 starts has given up 2 runs?
Yeah, I know.
And then Lester, you were. I mean, I also don't think they're done. And the bullpen is still really good.
I agree with that.
So you got to have a good bullpen in the playoffs, and you got to look. Now these guys have all been there. That lineup, they're clicking so well now, man. I mean, it comes down to who's hot, but the thing is I don't think they would make a wild card. They're going to win that division.
They're going to win the division. You really think so? Well, they're a half game up on the Milwaukee Brewers. Have been sliding big time. They're 3-7 in their last 10 games. Not a huge. Listen, the Brewers, if they get in, they're going to get knocked out in the first round, I think, here. But
Brewers are not getting in.
You don't think
not getting in. The Brewers will finish in 3rd place.
You think so?
3rd or 4th place. Oh, yeah. Cubs, Pirates, Brewers.
Dude, I think that I think that sorry about that, guys. I think, to be honest, I still like this Pirates team. Call me nuts. But I mean, they're a big long shot here, but it is what it is,
I just don't see it just because they have a tough schedule in front of them too. I just don't think that they have the overall pitching to
pitching
to get by.
and the the road record is brutal too. So they're really
look at what they've done lately. They just lost 2 out of 3 to the Rockies in Colorado. Whatever. I mean,
that's hard.
Colorado's really good, but then 2 out of 3 at San Francisco, and getting blown out in one of those games, and then they walk into San Diego yesterday and lose 3-2. I mean, they're just not a very good team, and now 3 under 500. With the Cubs going the exact opposite way, I'm just not feeling those Pirates. No. And I can see them start to make trades soon.
Well, that's the thing we need to figure out, is if they're going to be selling pieces.
You're telling me if, the Red Sox make a run at McCutchen?
Yeah, I know.
Or even, a big offer for Garrett Cole? Because the thing is, it's a buyer's market, or a seller's market, right? Especially for pitching, right? You're talking about Darvish, who gave up 10 freaking runs in his last start, and you're talking about him being the number 1 starter. And then I have to say, the starter that I like to move the most is Sonny Gray, and I think he goes to the Yanks.
That wouldn't be a bad acquisition.
No, and remember. Everybody's like, oh, Sonny Gray, he stinks now. Sonny Gray had an injury-riddled year, and he was god-awful, right? And if you think about it, he didn't really have a spring training. So the first month of the season, let's erase that. Since June, he's got a 2.63 ERA in one of the hardest-hitting divisions in baseball.
Got it.
So, I think he moves. I mean, the Yanks already obviously coming in big with the Frazier trade.
Right.
Not only for them, but stealing him from the Red Sox, who thought they had him locked up. I don't know, man. This is going to be a crazy, crazy deadline. You're going to see some teams that make some deals that they're going to regret.
Sure, definitely. So, good morning to everybody. We are the SPTV Nation, and we are live on Twitter right now and all the other social media outlets. And big ups to everybody that's out there retweeting our show and listening to us. And we're happy to be back. That's all I got to say, because it's been a little bit. Last weekend, I went out to Saratoga, New York. I went to the racetrack. Fun time, but not fun gambling time, because I got murdered. I couldn't pick my nose out there. You know what? Betting horses is, I mean, unless you're really handicapping it, dude. It's just
75 and you smoke big cigars.
Yeah, what a waste of money.
And read newspapers still?
Listen, guys, I'm not a big. I don't gamble a lot of money. I don't go and play Powerball. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do recreational stuff. That's, I do it basically to keep myself occupied. But with the horses, I mean, total, like, just, I'm betting numbers, I'm betting names. I mean, dude, it's just for the sport, you know what I'm saying? But I had a couple of circumstances here, and this is my challenge and problem with it, is if I bet an underdog, right? My underdogs always seem to have the lead, like the first 30 to 50% of the race, and then end up finishing last place.
Yeah, my thing, to be honest, is I just don't know enough about it. It's like, for me, it's like, I know everybody loves craps in the casino, but it's one of those games I just never played, right? So I'm not going to go and like start throwing stuff down. But I hear you're up at the track and it's gorgeous up there. You got to throw a few shekels down.
Of course, and there's a lot of really nice scenery out there too, Dan. All the girls have really nice dresses on. Everybody's dressed up. Just a really good time, guys. If you get a chance, I mean, definitely hit Saratoga and go to the races. A lot of fun.
You know what we should invent?
What's that?
Listen to this idea, right? So basically, instead of horse racing, right, you could combine it with some other races, but you would have what I would call the Women's Jockey League, where they ride ponies in mini skirts.
Yes. Love it.
And I feel like that would be a huge selling point. Like, I need to call it Vince McMahon and be like, yo, like, let's get this done.
Let's do it.
And it could be like roller derby too, like the chicks can push each other off the horses, and then like wrestle in the mud at the end for the true winner. I mean, you could really like get really good with this.
Oh, big time. Hey, Mario Martinez is on here. Mario, I think I may be going to Costa Rica next week.
Ooh.
I think so. So, hey, man, love to talk to you about it, as always. And, that's my Costa Rica connection right there. That's my guy. That's my guy. All right, Dan, so taking a look at this here, I just want to go through the MLB standings real quick and, just divisions. We're going to be cutting out of here at about 10 of today because I have an appointment at 11 o'clock, but that gives us plenty of time to go through the card, go through the standings, and kind of pick each other's brains a little bit here. But I'm looking at the AL East. I see the Yanks are in first place, dude. Half game up over the Boston Red Sox. They can't have Chris Sale pitch every day. Just can't do it.
No, and even when he does pitch, they don't score runs. But, right. The Rays also let him off the hook in the first game of the series with that absolute boneheaded play. I don't know if you saw that.
I did not.
Basically, it was like, hey, I got it, you take it. Where the ball just rolled through second base in a shift. Really allowing the Yankees to win that game. So, they are a half game up. Now, I think the Yankees and the Red Sox battle, if the Yankees go and get Sonny Gray or Darvish, and also, did you watch them at all last night with Tanaka on the mound?
I did not see him with Tanaka. I was at a wedding last night.
Okay. Deadly. Like the best I've seen him all year, by far.
Okay. Yeah, big winners last night.
Hey, look, I spit the bit on that call. I bet against him. I mean, the dude had a 5.37, I think, walking into that game. He gave up 1 earned in 8 innings on a 2-hitter. So if he pitches like that, the Yankees are definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with.
All right.
But here's the thing. If the Red Sox get in, whether it's a 1-game wild card playoff or a division, if it's a 1-game wild card, you got Chris Sale.
I know. He's lights out, man.
I mean, unless they need him to win a game at the end of the year, to do that. But yeah, lights out.
Right on. And do you think that the O's or the Jays got any shot at turning their season around?
The O's just traded for Jeremy Hellickson, which I don't understand. The O's, no, and then the Jays, looks like Tulo is pretty hurt. That's a huge blow. I don't think so, man. I think the other teams are too strong in that division.
Yeah, I got it. And looking at the Central here, dude, between these two teams, the Indians and the Royals. I mean, the Indians have won 8 in a row. The Royals have won 9 in a row. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's crazy. 9-1 and 8-2. Royals 9-1 in the last 10. Royals 8-2. Royals have been making me a ton of money, and I hope all the people that have been DMing me as well. You know, those are scary teams. Look, I still think it's all the Astros to lose.
Yeah.
I mean, 38-13 on the road. On the road. I mean, that's insane. So, you know, the Royals are looking great. The Royals are obviously looking really great. I think it depends on the trades that come down. I still think both teams need pieces, right? I think the Royals need a starter, and I think the Indians need a bat.
Got it. All right. And looking at the West, the Houston Astros are 18 games up.
That's a runaway.
Over the second place Seattle Mariners. So, looks
but
like
the wild
they're doing
cards
their
are
thing.
crazy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, the wild cards, it's up for grabs right now. You know, anything can happen here.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the AL wild card right now, I mean, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams within 6.5 games, and then 9 teams within 10 games or less.
Sick.
That's insane.
Hey, guys, listen, there's probably some really, really good future opportunities out there, especially if you think a team is going to make a run. Something to think about. Looking at the National League, Dan, your Metropolitans, I think better luck next year, even though they're 7-3 in their last 10.
I think that's the kind of the plan right now. But I love the trade they just made.
Talk to me about it.
So they were able to snag AJ Ramos from the Marlins. This is a dude that's a 40 save pitcher at one point.
Yep.
Everybody's kind of shocked about it, but you know, dude is real good. And where that opens them up is to trade Addison Reed, who might be the most sought after reliever on the trade market right now. I have the utmost faith in Sandy Alderson, obviously, to kind of get shit done, to get a good trade for him that will, have the Mets competing in 2018. You got to remember, this is not a teardown. They traded Duda because he wasn't going to be on the team next year anyway. You're bringing up Dominic Smith soon, who should be a bona fide star. And then you got Rosario coming up as soon as Cabrera gets traded. Look, it's all going to come down to if the pitchers stay healthy, but that bullpen next year, if you have AJ Ramos and Familia, setting up and closing, that's unbelievable. If Addison Reed stays on the team, it could be one of the best bullpens in baseball next year. So, I like that the team's still fighting. They're fighting for Terry.
Mm-hmm.
You want to hear a crazy rumor?
What's that?
So you know how Terry's talking about retiring, right?
Yep.
You know who I've heard the next manager of the New York Mets might be?
Next manager of the New York Mets, no clue.
David Wright.
Wow.
He's still owed 3 years and $20 million or something.
Oh, interesting.
So they wouldn't have to pay him, right? And the team definitely respects him.
Yeah,
and
of course they do.
Let's be honest, I love David Wright, but his career's over.
Yeah. Yeah, right. So, hey, we'll see how it all shakes out. And, the Philadelphia Phillies need to do something at some point here, man.
They tried, dude.
Yeah, they tried.
For the last years, they tried to do, look, the Brewers did it where it was let's suck to win in the future.
Yeah.
The Phillies just suck. They have Nola, who is unreal. Just absolutely lights out, one of the better pitchers in baseball, and unfortunately he's on the Phillies. I almost think maybe you trade him for as many prospects as you can get because the rest of that team stinks.
Right on, man. Looking at the Central here, we talked about the Chicago Cubs. You're going to give me the field to any other team to win the Central.
Yeah.
What
is that line right now?
I don't know. We got to take a look. I'm trying to refresh it and get the odds on the field as far as winning that division. Because I know it's got to exist out there, Dan. Somebody's got to have it. So we got to look at some Major League Baseball props, I believe. I think that's where we'll find it. Because, futures are already posted, but they don't have, divisions here yet. We're going to have to have that conversation as it, as they post. But, you got props to win. Oh, here we go. Let's see what we got. The field to win the National League Central is plus 245. That's what I'm seeing. The Cubs are minus 290. Wow.
Exactly. What are the Cubs right now to win the NL
Central? Minus
no,
2.
the championship.
Oh, the championship? You're talking about National League? National League, the Cubs are plus 355.
Oh.
That's not happening.
Yeah, it is.
You think the Cubs are going to the World Series again?
Here's the thing. We got Kershaw with a back. I know it's not related to the disc. You have the Nationals that are perennial losers in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
And you're talking about a Cubs team that may or may not get better. I mean, they just went in, 2 weeks from plus money to win that division, which we all said you should take, except you. Sorry, Hat. To minus 290. They were at one point, weren't they like plus 700 to win the NL pennant at one point?
No, it wasn't that much. It was.
We gotta find. But they
like
were
plus.
up there though. We gotta find where they were at.
Yeah, because they were sliding big time. They're 500 team, but
they were under 500 forever. But I'm just saying, I think you gotta show some more Cubby love.
The good news for them is that the division kind of stinks. So I mean, plus 245, I'll take that. I mean, listen, you already owe me a steak dinner.
I do.
So we're gonna have to figure that out.
You work like 52 hours a day, so
I'll throw $100 on it if you want to take that for the plus 245. So I'll take a steak dinner and $245 out of your pocket if you want. Think about it, because the odds are only going to get better in my favor if the Cubs keep winning.
Yeah, but 100, 240. Yeah, but I would never make that play in real life.
Yeah, that's
not at minus 290.
No, minus 290. Yeah, crazy.
No. You know, I
especially they're only a half game up.
The NL for plus 345. I kind of like though.
You like plus 345 for the end? Oh, dude, I listen. I mean, not to change the subject here, but let me just look at this real quick before I got a absolutely crazy bet I heard about yesterday at this wedding, and I was just like on the floor laughing about it because I know exactly what this guy was going through. Not that I would ever do it, but as far as plus, I'll bet you that they won't get to the World Series. We got to figure out a good play on that as far as the odds are concerned.
Yeah, so just okay.
They got to win the NL for you to win, and for me to win, they have to not make it to the World Series. We got to figure something out like that. So. Crazy, one of the craziest bets I've ever heard. Okay, here, listen to this, Dan. A guy that was a friend of one of my boys, right? I don't know the guy. Bet $10,000 for the Golden State Warriors not to sweep the playoffs. Okay? $10,000 to win $200. First round, remember that the Spurs had the big lead, and he was counting his money, and Golden State Warriors came back. Well, the Golden State Warriors won 15 consecutive games, if you don't remember. That one last game was Game 4. That was neck and neck. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine the anxiety that dude had?
Wait, 10 G's to win how much?
$200.
Why would you ever do that? It's the dumbest play in the world. I don't.
He emptied out his savings and all that to make $200.
That's dumb. Dumb. That is like jar of mayonnaise, like brick to the head type dumb. I'm sorry. I would tell it to the dude's face too.
He won.
Yeah, I don't care if he won. You just risked 10 G's for $200.
For $200, said it was the easiest money he could have ever made. Well,
I mean, that's stupid because unless dude was hedging and betting a sweep, like a Warriors win in Game 4 every series, it's the only way. Like, if you found some sort of, I mean, dude, it's just not worth. Why? Why?
Oh, what a horrible bet that is.
I mean, if you're gonna empty your savings out, which is dumb as shit to begin with, and I don't care, man. That's whatever. But if you're gonna do that, you're doing that to at least at a minus 110 or something. Not, I mean, I'm perplexed. I'm perplexed, and this is why people are like, oh my God, I've never heard of any such a crazy thing before.
Unbelievable. I was like, I just couldn't even believe it. I was on the floor.
Someone
laughing.
needs to get that dude into GA.
Yeah, well, I think he's done making those kind of wagers. But real quick, just going back to MLB real quick, the Dodgers are 41 games over 500, Dan. You got to kind of give them some props here.
Yeah, oh yeah. Hey, they're great.
They are. And the odds-on favorite for the World Series matchup right now would be plus 600 with the Astros versus the Dodgers. Some pretty decent. I think that's decent value there.
Yeah, but how does that? That's never. It'll just never happen.
It'll never happen. Yeah, it usually doesn't work like that.
And the Astros, as much as I love them, right? I really get nervous. Like I said, I picked the ALCS as Astros Red Sox, right? So let's say that goes down. Let's say Keuchel's fully healthy, which is a big if right now. So your game one is Keuchel Sale. That's Red Sox.
Yep.
And then the other games, look, I don't know. I mean, the Astros also just moved Peacock back to the freaking bullpen, which I think is insane. McCullers is good. I don't know. I don't know if I trust them in the playoffs fully.
Totally understand. Yeah, maybe get one more ace. We'll see
they
how it all
get
shakes
somebody.
out. Absolutely. So
the Altuve injury is big too.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, that's their guy, man.
I know. Well, I mean, Correa might win the MVP though.
Yeah, but he's your speed demon on the bags. Your lead off. Guy's great, man.
Agreed.
So
one of the best in baseball.
Absolutely. So, all right, let's get right into it, man. It is Saturday. We've got a full slate of baseball, and I'm looking forward to breaking down some games with you here. So we got a good 20 minutes to kind of dive into the best ones that we could find on the board today. So taking a look at it, I'm going to kick it off with you to see where you're at. I know you got one that's kind of interesting. So why don't you lead it off?
Yeah, let's start with the early games. Again, the Rays at the Yankees. Rays need to stop a little bit of a skid here. I mean, they're still only 3.5 out. And we have Snell versus the rookie Smith today.
Mm-hmm.
Smith has a 8+ ERA in his one start. Snell is 0-6 with a 4.86.
Snell.
Yeah,
Like
Snell.
Oh, man. This is a stellar pitching matchup here, huh? 8.10 ERA for Taylor Smith.
Yeah, it doesn't get much worse than this, really. And, you're talking about Caleb Smith. I mean, he couldn't even make it through 4 innings. Snell's also struggled with lasting too long, which is a common problem with men of his age. But I am going to ride the Rays today. This is like a must-win game for them, I feel like. I don't see what the adjusted's at yet, but I mean, right now the Rays money line is plus 128. As always, we'll be looking at what they will be minus 1.5.
Right on, especially being a road team with 9 at-bats. I could probably pull it up for you on this book here. If I look at it, MLB, the Rays minus 1.5 pays you plus 225.
Exactly.
There you go. Not bad. Not bad. That line went down, though. I mean, that line was minus 170 at one point. It's down to 143 being the Yanks. So.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think the Rays, I mean, they really need this game.
Mm-hmm. Right on. Now, this is all subject, obviously, to lineups, taking a look at what we got going on and stuff like that, guys. So
and weather, too.
Weather as well. Correct.
Again, make sure you're looking at the listed versus the action, which saved my ass last night, obviously, because we only play listed pitchers 99% of the time. And, Hellickson was scratched for, so we got out of the Braves play. But, yeah, definitely make sure you're playing that, especially when the weather is going to be crappy.
Mm-hmm. Got it. All right, so I'm looking at a spot here in the Rogers Center today with the Toronto Blue Jays. I know they stink and all. 48-55, 26-25 at home. Minus 135 with Francisco Liriano. You got some experience there. I know Liriano's got a really tough-looking ERA this year, but for some reason, I got a sneaky suspicion that the Toronto Blue Jays are going to get this game today. What's your thoughts on that, Dan?
I'm completely the other way.
You're completely the other way.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, listen, I know on paper the Angels are a much better team statistically. I'm seeing it. I get it. Call it a hunch.
I know. Liriano is terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. I mean, he can't find the strike zone anymore. I just think that he's kind of a shell of where he was. And look, I understand that you have Yusmeiro Petit, who is a bullpen guy. He'll probably throw like 50 pitches. I just think that the Angels have the Blue Jays number, and I think that they're going to take. I think they take Frankie to the woodshed.
Okay. Well, hey man, if you're betting against me, I don't wish you the best of luck. I don't even know if I'm going to take that game yet. I'm just throwing it out there.
That Angels minus 1.5. Again, I don't have it up yet, but I would bet it's probably plus 275.
Angels minus 1.5 is plus 175. So you're not getting. Yeah, you're not really getting a lot of value there, as far as that's concerned.
Wow, because I have them. Yeah, I mean plus 110 on the money. That's wow. All right.
Right on. All right. So looking at the next game on the ticket, and one other thing I'd like to add too is the plus 1.5s. I don't think are good bets at all.
No,
because I mean you're laying massive juice to get that plus 1.5. I mean there's certain circumstances where you're like minus 300. With the plus 1.5, and it just doesn't make any sense to me, especially when 70 to 75% of the games are decided by 2 runs or more. Doesn't make much sense, Dan.
No.
Next game on the ticket, I'm going to bring it to you. Where would you like to go next?
Where is this game? I think it's a later game, but I got to do it. No, it's a 405. We got the Giants at the Dodgers. Rich Hill.
Yep.
7-4 with a 3.48 against Block. 6-6 with a 4.5.
Blatch.
Oh yeah.
Ty Blatch.
Yeah. He's been really good lately. Last start struck out 7, and he's a fly ball inducing pitcher, which is good. Look, 2.25 ERA versus the Dodgers this year. I understand Rich Hill's been on a roll as of late. But again, I just look at the matchup here. You have a pitcher that pitches well against one team and a pitcher that pitches bad against another team. And we're talking money line plus 247. Like, I got to roll with the San Francisco Giants.
Get them minus 1.5 plus 380.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, all day. Plus 380. Yeah. That's a really stellar play, man. I think I'm going to jump on that with you. I know the Dodgers are red hot and all, but,
You got to lose eventually. And here's the thing. It's a grudge match, right? It's Dodgers freaking Giants. Everybody plays their hardest. Everybody's lineups out there. Look, I know the Giants stink, but this is a game they want. And come on. I mean, you're almost getting 4-1.
Right. Right on. Let me ask you just a quick question, just out of curiosity. You got these Dodgers, you got these Astros, you got these teams that are basically running away with their divisions. Okay?
Yep.
Once they seal the division, what are they playing for next? Seeding?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do any of them decide to maybe throw in the towel a little bit, just kind of coast through the last couple weeks of the season?
You never do that in baseball.
You never do that in baseball.
I mean, I'm not saying that the managers won't rest guys who need rest. Or if somebody has, like, a minor injury, yes, you're going to rest them because you'd rather have them healthy for the playoffs. But, baseball players do this for 162 games. They're creatures of habit. If you put them out there, you don't want to get bad habits. You don't want to get sloppy.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to ruin, especially like second base, shortstop. You don't want to be interchanging those guys. They have a rhythm. Your pitchers need to keep throwing the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you start a 6th guy in your rotation, right? Give guys an extra day off.
Okay.
And do things like that. And you look for plays there. But nah, I mean, even if like first place seating is locked up, you still play.
Okay.
I mean, maybe the last 2 or 3 games of the year is one thing,
Mm-hmm.
But not a couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I have been tremendously successful in football doing that. Where I take week 16 and 17 and I just pound the underdogs in those situations.
Right.
I mean, like, Dallas Cowboys, like the last week of the season when they played Philadelphia Eagles, it was perfect. Perfect to take the Eagles in that game.
Yes.
Those are the games that I love. So I'm trying to find that kind of spot as far as baseball is concerned. I could see it happening to a certain extent. I could see, here's what I see. Here's my vision. I see the Dodgers. Every game, they're minus 300s. They're minus 250s. They're minus 350s.
Right.
Right? So before the lineups come out, they've sealed the division up. Right? They're 18 games over. They've basically sealed the number 1 seed, let's say. Right? Before the lineup comes out, start pounding the dog a little bit. And then all of a sudden when the lineup comes out, maybe they're resting a bunch of guys. Maybe they adjust, but that's not going to matter because I've been taking the underdog. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think the lines will be overinflated. For teams like the Astros and the Dodgers, especially if they seal it up. So something to take a look at, guys. We'll be monitoring that as it gets closer, especially Dan, especially that's going to be when football season is. So the books are not going to be paying as much attention to baseball.
That is such truth.
So we're there, right? Me and you.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So we're on it. Okay. But I do like this spot here with the plus 380 with the San Francisco Giants with block on the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Today. All right, guys. So I'm going down the list here. I see a really, really good game today. I see a couple of good ones that are kind of sticking out at me. I'm looking at the Boston Red Sox. Eduardo Rodriguez, 4-3 with a 3.89 versus Trevor Cahill for the Kansas City Royals. Now, the Royals have been playing out of their minds, but they are due to lose. I do see the Red Sox favored minus 160 here, which is a lot. But I don't know anything about this Cahill kid. Nothing at all. Do you?
Yeah, I mean, he's not bad. 4-3 with a 3.69.
Okay.
He was just traded from the Padres, so he's coming from the NL into the AL.
Mm-hmm.
But you're coming from the NL West, so normally it's like an adjustment. But major bats in that division. Eduardo Rodriguez has been terrible lately too. I mean, 6 hits and 4 runs and 5 1/3 to the Mariners his last time out. He's not great against Kansas City either. I think I'm not going to play it, and so I'll root for you. But I actually think Kansas City takes this game.
You do, huh?
Oh yeah.
Wow, interesting. And if you were to take Kansas City on the run line minus 1.5, it's plus 195. So it's not really, you're not getting much value there to do
plus
that.
195?
Plus 195.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's not bad. Well, in comparison to the way the line is, I'm saying you're only getting like a 50-cent difference. Looking at another game here, this game, I like a home team underdog. You already know that. I'm looking at the Milwaukee Brewers, who got something to play for since they've been knocked out of first place. They're hosting the Chicago Cubs, and the Cubs on the road, Dan, minus 195 with Kyle Hendricks. Crazy. I agree. I think that's nuts.
Yeah, I've been looking at this one a little bit. We have Hendricks going for the Cubs. He's 4-3 with a 3.95. But you have Guerra going for the Brewers, 1-4 with a 5.22. And he got shelled by the Phillies in, last time out. I can't. I mean, I see where you're going with this. but there's a reason. I think the Cubs are going to kill this guy.
You think so, huh?
I do. I can't touch it.
I'm going with the home team underdog here today, brother.
Good
Milwaukee
luck.
Brewers. That's where I'm at. Interdivision matchup, home team underdog. You give me that scenario all day long, I jump all over it. That's just how I roll. What else you got, brother?
Yeah. So, here we go. There's two, well, maybe more than that I really like, but I want to go with my Mets.
Okay.
Because right now we got DeGrom on the mound.
Mm-hmm. I see where you're going.
So against Gallardo. I mean, where are we? Where's his ERA right now? Sorry. All right, here we go. 4-7 with a 5.58. And he just got off a month in the bullpen. 3-7 with a 6.25 in his 15 starts. So he is not good. He's much better out of the bullpen. And DeGrom in his last 8 starts is 8-0 with a 1.61 and a .83 whip. You're getting the Mets at plus 125 at minus 1.5. Almost $1 difference.
Go for it.
I'm going for it.
All right. Well, good
With
luck.
DeGrom on the mound, I got to. And hey, Conforto, who's from the Pacific Northwest, coming home with 2 blasts yesterday. So
yeah,
I think the Mets offense will continue to roll.
All right. Sounds good, man. So looking at the rest, you said you had one more.
Yeah. The Arizona Diamondbacks.
The D-backs, who have a losing record on the road. Let's hear where you're going here.
Yes. That may be true, but we have the Greinke going.
Yes, I see that.
So Greinke against the Leak. Look, the Cardinals, just not the Cardinals this year. And Leak is not that great either. He's very volatile. And Greinke, if you look at the Cy Young ratings, and ESPN has all these numbers that they throw out, he's right there. He's right there. I mean, 12-4 with a 2.92. Leak is 7-8. He does have a 3.2. I just think the Diamondbacks, get it done today. Greinke gets it done. I think that's a good play. And I think you're getting $1.25 on top of the money line.
Let's take a look here. So the line itself that we're looking at.
$1.25. Yeah, minus 121 on the money line, plus 136 on the minus 1.5 run line.
Got it. Okay. Well, hey, I wish you the best of luck with that. I like the circumstances where I'm getting $1 more. Like, for instance, the San Francisco Giants, where you got plus 240 and then you got plus 380 all day, dude.
Yeah, but minus 21 to plus 136.
Yeah. Got it.
That's over $1.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. So I think that's pretty much going to do it for us here, Dan, unless you got anything else for the audience.
I mean, the only other thing that I'm looking at, you can't take Kluber minus 180 on the run line.
No.
Minus 310 today, even though he's been great. But hey, your boy's going today. Your boy Boyd.
Oh, God. You know what? I got beat up last time he pitched. I took the over and I lost. So I don't know. I've been because we've done a lot of overs with him and cashed.
I know, and he's going against the Astros today. So you have McHugh 0-0 with a 7.71. But he's obviously coming off. This is only his second start off injury, and Boyd. He's coming off getting hit in the arm with a line drive.
Mm-hmm.
He's been terrible all year. I just don't know if plus 135 is enough on the run line.
You don't think so, huh?
Just because, who knows what McHugh will actually be or how many pitches he could actually make.
Yeah, I got it. Totally
so that's scary, but.
All right. Well, hey, it is what it is, man. So what I'd like to do is hear you recap what you went over. All right, and then we'll see if I'm going to jump on any of your stuff.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll with, these are all minus 1.5, whether you're run line or adjusted run line, right? So the Rays, the Angels, the San Francisco Giants, the Mets, and the D-backs.
Got it. Okay.
You got to get those Giants, baby.
I am going to go with the following. I'm going to get on your Giants play plus 380. I'm going to get on the Brewers plus 280. And I'm going to take a shot with the Toronto Blue Jays minus 1.5 at plus 155. So, the way this works, guys, is if I can just win one of those Giants, either the Giants or the other one. What was the other one that we had that I just mentioned? The Giants and the
Rays,
Brewers.
Angels, Mets.
So yeah, Giants or Brewers. I'm in the money. That's all I need to win is one.
Oh, you're rolling Brewers. Okay,
yeah, I'm going Brewers. So that's all I need to do is win one. Now, if I can catch 2 out of 3, it's an amazing day. So that's where I'm at. And if I can go 3-0, obviously that's the best situation that we want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that doesn't always happen. But, hey, it is what it is, guys. That's why it's plus money, and we're having a good time here. Big card in the UFC tonight, so follow Tiger Clinch, MMA. He can definitely give you whatever you need as far as winners are concerned. And with that said, we will be back tomorrow live on the air. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, guys. We're looking forward to it. So, Dan, what's your closeout, brother?
Yeah, just if anybody wants, hit me up, Dr. Dan Evil Genius. I'm in a few different DM groups. That's how I have no problem sharing my plays with whoever wants to. So feel free to hit me up. Everybody have a great rest of your weekend. I am gone tomorrow, and then I think next weekend is the start of my vacation, kids. So I will be incommunicado for a little bit, but everybody, I will be available over Twitter. I will still be playing my plays. And I will be excited to start that football season soon. What do we got? 27 days, I think, until college football kicks off, everybody. 27 weeks. Days.
We're ready. And we're ready for our SBTV Nation NFL fantasy contest where I'm looking to beat everyone down, as usual.
And yes, Hat and I also know that everybody wants to go to Vegas, so we got to figure that out. We know that. I'd love to do that at some point. So
Las Vegas has recreational legal marijuana sales now.
I know, and I've been using their dispensaries because the cards have been transferable for a while. All I can say is, hot damn, boys. I had to stay in my room for like 2 hours because I couldn't get up.
Yes, sir. Yeah, go get a massage after you smoke. There you go.
Yeah, dude, that's the best.
All right, guys, we love you to death. Enjoy your weekend. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll do whatever it is you got to do whatever it is you want to do in life and get that money. Take care.
Peace.